everything that we can to make sure that voting goes smoothly.
I plan to follow the example of 6 current cabinet members, Vice President Pence and President Trump himself, and vote by mail.
And let's be clear, there is absolutely zero difference between voting by mail and voting absentee.
But now Trump has admitted he's trying to sabotage the post office to undermine voting by mail. And we're not going to let him do that.
Democratic assholes.
Democrats during their convention last night pushing for mail-in voting. President Trump continuing to claim that mass mail-in voting will lead to widespread fraud.
And it will.
It's a disgrace. They know it's filthy, dirty. You'll have double voting where they send in a ballot and then they'll go and vote. That's going to be a big problem. They'll send in their ballot and they'll vote too. They'll send in the ballot and then they'll vote. What are the chances that some states so efficiently run? Oh, gee, you can't vote. We just got your ballot last night at 7 o'clock. I mean, think of how ridiculous it is.
Michigan Congresswoman Debbie Dingell is among dozens of Democratic lawmakers demanding the removal of the Postmaster General. And she joins us now. Congresswoman Dingell, good to see you. Louis DeJoy, during that hearing, said the suggestion that we're trying to impact the election is an outrageous claim. Do you personally believe that President Trump is trying to suppress the vote by monkeying around with the post office?
So, John, it's good to see you. I'm going to answer this. I'm somebody who's actually been very publicly working on post office issues for the last 2 years. And Mark Meadows, quite frankly, was very helpful 2 years ago when I had a town hall meeting and the post office tried to cancel it at the last minute because I had so many people participating. But in the last couple of weeks, I talk to my postal workers regularly. I'm in my post offices. This isn't something I haven't been monitoring closely for 2 years. In the last couple of weeks, the post offices have become backlogged. They are not being allowed to work overtime. They are removing sorting systems. They are removing boxes. I was in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the Gerald Ford Library sponsored event on civility with Fred Upton Tuesday. And on Wednesday, they were removing sorters from that post office.
Right.
So
and Congresswoman Dingell, I don't mean to interrupt you, and I think that we all know that overtime has been canceled and that sorting machines have been taken out and that blue boxes have been removed. But do you believe that that is an intentional effort on the part of the president to suppress the vote?
I'm not going to say it's intentional by the president because I don't know, but I know that there have been actions by the post office in the last 2 weeks that we have not seen, or the last 3 weeks that we have not seen in the last 2 years as I have been addressing these issues. Point blank, these are only recent actions.
Louis DeJoy asked about it at the hearing today, said, I have never spoken to the president about the Postal Service other than to congratulate me when I accepted the position. On the Treasury Secretary, I told him I'm working on a plan to improve service and gain cost efficiencies. No great detail. That was about it. And did he talk with Mark Meadows about it? I haven't spoken to Meadows in a while, up until last week. There were charges by many Democrats that there was coordination between the Postmaster General and the White House to try to suppress the vote. Do you believe Louis DeJoy when he says there was no coordination?
I don't know. I'm going to be very honest, John. It's very hard to know. I can't tell you that I know it, so I'm not going to tell you that I know it. I do know that in the last few weeks we have seen far more disorganization and backlogs of mail at the post office. That is a fact.
So you joined 89 of your colleagues in demanding that the Board of Governors of the Post Office remove Mr. DeJoy from his position. What was the basis for that call?
The basis for that is I've talked to the former Postmaster General. Again, this isn't new to me. I've been working this. And a lot of issues were expressed about what was happening in rail, and administration decisions, administration being that of the post office, that were creating total chaos in the delivery of mail. And quite frankly, while I'm worried about the ballots in November, I'm more worried about the veteran who's not getting his medicine and the seniors that have issues. So I'm worried about this on a day-to-day basis. Election day matters to me too, but I'm worried about it every day for the people I serve.
So the House is meeting tomorrow to pass a $25 billion funding bill for the post office. DeJoy said today that the post office has enough money to last through August of 2021. The White House has said what's going to happen in the House tomorrow is a, quote, manufactured crisis. Is it?
I don't believe it's a manufactured crisis when I know for a fact, and postal workers are scared to death that they're going to be fired. that we need to get money into the system. He's taking out mail sorting systems and destroying them. So when we said keep them in there, they were working efficiently. We're being told by people that know what they're doing that they were making a difference, that they are backlogged because he's pulled them out. They are making it impossible to return those postal sorters if we pass a law by destroying them.
All right. Well, you've got a busy weekend ahead of you. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yes,
Debbie
we do.
Dingell, as always, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Always good to see you.
These Democrats are freaking crazy, I tell you. Nuts. These damn people are freaking trying everything they can to undermine the safety of voting. It's going to be fraud. That's all I can say. If they stop, or if they do the mail-in voting, then might as well forget it. It's going to be all fraud. Your vote won't even matter because they'll just throw it in the trash and vote their own way. They'll vote for you is what's going to happen. But anyway, that's my opinion. What's yours?